This program is brought to you by the Kentucky Small Business Development Center in Louisville. We provide the professional expertise, tools, and information necessary to help you make sound business decisions. Thank you to the U.S. Small Business Administration for co-sponsoring our program and to our host organization, the University of Kentucky. Contact us at 502-625-0123 to get started.
Welcome, everyone, to the Kentucky Small Business Development Center's Toolkit Tuesday. We're glad you're here. This is a new program we're launching. Today, we brought one of our favorite guests back, Emily Ryan. We've been really digging in deep into email, and she's going to help us with some email automation tips today. You know, we're coming up on the big holiday season, especially with Black Friday and the November start of the season coming around. It's a good time to get things all set up to really grab some new customers for this kind of season. So, Emily, welcome. I'm always glad to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again. I love doing this.
We love having.
All right. Well, we're going to dive in. Toolkit Tuesday. I love a great online tool, so I'm really excited to be here. So if you guys have seen me before speaking, I have mostly spoke about email marketing and how it can benefit your small business, how it is essential to grow your business. It's one of the most affordable, easiest things you can do today to bring in more customers, to sell more products. It's just one of the best marketing tools. Social media is fantastic, but email is so effective to really grow your revenue and your business. So today for Toolkit Tuesday, I wanted to actually show you how easy it is to create there are many names for it, but people call an automation, a drip campaign, a workflow, a customer journey. There are all different names for basically a series of emails. So you can have a two email automation. You can have 50 series automation. And these are emails that you create and you set up one time and you tell it when you want them to send. So you'll say, after someone signs up for my email list, we're going to send email number 1, and then we're going to wait 2 days and we're going to send email 2, and then we're going to let's wait 3 days and we're going to send email 3. And you create this whole series or funnel or whatever, and it is incredibly powerful to just to have something automated that keeps people engaged with your business, and it's just running on automatic and you don't have to do anything. So with an hour or two of setup, you can create this incredible, whether it's a welcome series or another a re-engagement series to re-engage old customers, that just runs forever and keeps bringing in revenue. We have seen so many clients who have these series that just sit there and they just collect money, and it's wild. So I want to just show you, I didn't introduce myself, and I'm sorry, but I'm the founder of a small digital marketing agency called Westfield Creative, and we manage clients, mostly MailChimp email marketing. We've worked with many different platforms, Constant Contact. There's so many platforms now, but we are MailChimp certified. We are official partners, and we just actually last week became pro partners, which is like the highest status of partner, meaning we manage like 20 plus MailChimp clients that pay for their account. So really excited about that. But our expertise is in all things MailChimp, creating, we design newsletter templates, all kinds of stuff. So we've built many automations for clients, and what made me want to do this one here is that I actually had a client reach out to me and say, I am so confused how to set up this 3 to 4 email automation. And I said, listen, I'm happy to do it for you. You can pay me, but I'd rather just show you in 15 minutes how you can set this up. And it's really easy. So I'm going to share my screen, and I promise you guys it's easy. And I am going to be using MailChimp. Many of these programs are similar in the way they're set up. So you can really take this knowledge and apply it to, whether you use Squarespace email or whatever email you're program you're using. Hopefully you use MailChimp, because I personally believe it is the most powerful service provider out there. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and hopefully you guys can see. So I'm logged into my MailChimp account right here. Now, it's really as simple as a couple clicks. MailChimp now has this new toolbar on the left, and we're just going to click this top button to create. So this create button is the beauty of MailChimp. This is all of MailChimp's services. You can create postcards to mail to your customers. You can create social posts, ads, landing pages, whatever. But this is an email. So we're going to start by clicking email. And this is where you have to really find a regular email campaign versus an automated, meaning we're setting it up one time and it's going to run forever, ongoing. So we're going to click automated. And there's all different kinds of automations. You can have, sorry, you may hear my son in the background. That's the way life is these days. So we're going to set up an automation based on welcoming new subscribers to your list. So say your website has a form where you say sign up for our list, sign up to get our latest tips and tricks or discounts or coupons, and then we're going to trigger this email right away to them. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. Yes, I'm going to go back here. Let me just make sure I clicked the right thing. You know what, I just realized my account is a specific account that doesn't have the onboarding series. So let me just switch over. But this is where you're going to click your automated series. Let me just switch over to a different account really quickly. 1 second. And I'm going to show you again how you make sure you're clicking a series versus just one simple welcome email. So we're going to click that create button again, email, automated. Okay, and it's not giving me this onboarding series option, which is really strange. Let me see here. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. MailChimp just changed everything like a week ago, and it's totally different. They now have customer journeys, which is another similar way that you can create series. Usually this is really quick and easy. Okay, so let's just look at, we also have these e-commerce series, which are really nice. MailChimp kind of sets it all up for you, so you really don't have to do anything. Okay, here it is. So I just had to go one more step. So we clicked automated, we clicked welcome new subscribers, and then you'll see this option for a single email versus onboarding series. There's also an educational series, so you can look at that as well. But for today, we're going to do onboarding series. And it's as easy as this. So we're going to call this our welcome, for email series. And this is something we're going to just run forever. And this is a client that I'm working in their account, but that's all right. And we're going to click begin. And then here is your series. And you have most of it set up. So MailChimp automatically set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 emails. These are 5 different emails that are going to be triggered based on different times. So this first one is going to be a welcome that MailChimp says they're going to get immediately after they subscribe. You can change all of these triggers. So if you click edit, you can change it to, they receive it in 2 hours after they sign up, or they receive it tomorrow. You can change all the timing. Everything is totally customizable. I always recommend the first email, though, goes out right when someone signs up, just because they're signing up, they're into your business. Trigger that first email. And then you'll see here the second email is going to go 1 day after they're sent the previous email. And then these are all set to 1 day. I usually go in and change these up, maybe wait 2 or 3 days in between. If you're doing a longer series, you can wait 4 days, whatever you think is best for your subscribers. And, that can be adjusted over time. You can always go back in and change these triggers to different timing. You can also decide based on the schedule, if you want to send, because this will be automated. So you can say, I never want to send these emails on the weekends. I don't want to bother people. And I want to always make sure I send this automation at 9 a.m. every day. So if someone signed up for my list tonight, I'm not going to send any email to them till 9 a.m. tomorrow. So you can put timing, kind of specific timing triggers on these as well. So that's really cool. And then all you're going to do is go in and design each of these emails. So for a series, this is what takes a little bit of time, but once this is built out, again, it can run forever. So you will click design email. And I really like to plan out the whole series first, kind of thinking, okay, what's the end result? What's email 5 going to be? Is that going to be, okay, let's hit them in the end with selling our product? Or should we slowly lead into, let's use emails 2 and 3 to really tell our story, to tell, a little background about our company. Use email 3 to give, some interesting resources or articles. And then maybe email 4 talks more about your products, maybe gives a coupon. So it really gives you the chance to kind of build engagement, build a community. Again, so you'll click design email. And you'll simply, like you do any other email in MailChimp, you will just build out your email. So you'll put your subject line. First one, glad to have you here. Sorry, just ignore that. I'm gonna just plug this in really quick. Hold on. Sorry. And then MailChimp, of course, has all these great layouts that you can choose from that make it really easy. You can also choose from your past campaign. We've done some great campaigns in the past. If you want to build a welcome email off that, you absolutely do that. But I am going to just click a basic layout. This one column basic layout is what I actually always start with because it's pretty easy to customize from there. So you'll just build out your welcome email. You can create graphics. I use a program called Canva, which is totally free, and it's the most incredible graphics program. Anyone can make beautiful graphics with this program. So you can pull in really interesting graphics. You can pull in your logo, of course, and really design your email. These emails should not take long either. I always recommend with a series, keep your emails short. You don't need to have some long, crazy newsletter for every email. One email can be, our story, and 2 paragraphs about the history of your company and why you do what you do. There is a company I love that you should subscribe to. They're called the Peach Truck, and they're based in Tennessee. And I subscribe to their newsletter, and one of the first or second emails you get from them talks about their story of how they started their company. And I read the whole entire email, and I was like, that is just a beautiful way to really, keep me connected to your business, because now I know, why you're doing this and why it's important. So I always believe in telling your story. So you can have your welcome email here, a little bit of text, maybe a great photo in the top. Let me move this. I like to put a nice image at the top. This is a fashion app, so we have like a nice image. There are all kinds of things you can do. You can put a button here that says maybe like visit us online in the first email, but this is really like the length of what I would say your first email should be. Just really simple, really clean. All these things, again, I always go in and customize these buttons, make them, whatever color you wanna make them. There's all sorts of settings like with padding that you can do with the buttons. But you'll see, besides the text, I almost created a simple welcome email within a few minutes. You can also change the background here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to click here and it's not clicking. Very strange. But here's the simple welcome email. So what we're going to do is we're going to click to save and close this. If I can somehow get out of this, I'm missing some buttons here. Yeah, I'm missing the bottom of MailChimp has gone. Well, I'm gonna, in the top right, you just click save and return to workflow. And it's like having some weird error, but hopefully you guys get what's going on here. I'm going to go back to the main page. But that is literally how easy it is to build an automation. And again, you can have 2 emails. I've seen people have, I think, up to like 100. You could automate your entire year's worth of weekly emails. You know, like if you want to send 1 email a week, you could absolutely do that. I don't know what's happening, so I'm going to stop sharing for a second. But hopefully that gives you a chance to understand. Again, it's that in MailChimp, it's that create button. Click email, and then you're going to click automated, and then onboarding. That onboarding series is really where you're going to create those. So yes, I can definitely, in the Q&A, I do see a question. I can definitely take some questions for you guys. Can you manually start the automation? Beth asks. Yes, you can manually start it whenever you're ready. If you can also add people to it, there's an option once you've started your automation and it's running. If you ever need to just add someone, you're like, oh, this person would be great to get this series. You can automatically, you know, insert a couple additional people or whatever to your workflow. You can absolutely start running it whenever you would like. Great. Does anyone else have questions on a MailChimp automation?
So just from a creative standpoint, what do you create the emails in there from a content standpoint, or do you plan out your emails and maybe have a series of Word documents that you put together so you can kind of look and see how it all kind of flows together before you build the email series?
That's a great idea. I think, you know, we've done both. I think it's always great to plan out kind of the whole series in advance. I think having a Google Doc and just really writing out those 5, even if it's a little bit of a brainstorm, it's nice to kind of have that roadmap, you know, to build out your automation. And I always like to think of like, what is the end goal? What is the purpose of doing 5 emails to people? Is it just to, you know, keep people engaged with my business, or do we want to sell something at the end of the series? Want to make sure people are purchasing something. So really think about what's that end goal and kind of work backwards. But make sure you're really inserting value into your series. So 2 or 3 of those emails include an interesting article or resource to your customers. So if your business sells plants, you know, maybe include an article too about how to take care of your plants during the winter or whatever. People will keep reading your emails if there is something useful for them. If you're just selling stuff, they're going to end up unsubscribing. Yes, so I see some questions. Can you load an email list into MailChimp to start with? Yes, absolutely. So there are many ways to import your contacts into MailChimp. I will share my screen again and see if I can somehow get back to MailChimp. You can import a large list of contacts. Ideally, those people have opted in to your marketing. You really don't want to put people on your list that have not opted in to receive your emails. So having signups on your, you know, on your website, in the footer, and a pop-up, people really need to opt in. But you can always go to your list and then click. You can either import or add a subscriber just one by one. But there are lots of options for, you can upload a CSV, or you can even just copy and paste emails, which is really nice. But yeah, lots of great methods for that. And then Dwayne says, hi Dwayne, do you have a certain time of day when you send your emails? Does it depend on vertical market? I love talking about send times for emails. So what I always recommend is you have to test different times. There is no right answer. There are many articles that say, oh, Tuesday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. are great. You have to test with your audience. And we use A/B testing in MailChimp. It is a kind of an upgraded feature, but you can test 2 different times. So you create your email and you create an A/B testing email and you say, I want to try at 9 p.m. Sunday and 9 a.m. Monday. And let's see which gets more opens. And it's really interesting to see what happens. So with all of our clients, we test different send times until we really have a good idea, like when their audience is most likely to open. because every business is going to have completely different customers.
Yeah.
And how do you enter your email list of people? Yeah, great question. So just what I spoke about, the best way is to put people into a spreadsheet, into Excel or Google Sheets, and then you can save that as you press file and then download as a CSV file. That's what MailChimp likes you to import. A CSV is just like an Excel file. And you will import that CSV list of people. All you really need is it has to have an email address column, and you really should have like a first name column that you're collecting. You really don't need any other information but that, in my opinion. But yeah, you can absolutely just import a spreadsheet. Great questions, thank you. So Dwayne also asked, how does MailChimp compare to other services such as Aweber? So it's a great question. There are so many services out there now. I am a fan of MailChimp for many reasons. It is a very robust program, meaning it can do a lot of very powerful things, creating these, very lengthy automations with lots of triggers and different things. You can tag your client, your customers different ways. You can segment. There's so many different segment options. But MailChimp also offers just many other products, landing pages. They now have websites. Their postcard feature is amazing. It will actually find the addresses. It has an address finder. Like you'll import your people and it will find their address, which is crazy. You can create social posts. So MailChimp to me has a lot to offer. I'm also a really big fan of their support. They've won a lot of awards for their support program. And they're just a wonderful company. Like everyone I've ever encountered there is incredibly smart and nice. And I love working with them. So I'm just a big fan. I know there are other programs out there that are doing great as well. Klaviyo is a great email program that I've been seeing lately. But I just know MailChimp. And then let's see if we have any more. Let's see. How do we get a list of who has already opted in? That's great. That's a great question. So ideally with your website or wherever you're collecting emails. So even if you have people walking into your store and signing their name on a clipboard, you are collecting emails somewhere. So on your website, if you're using a pop-up, it should be connected to MailChimp. You can connect all these things to MailChimp so that those emails go straight into your MailChimp account, right into your list. So ideally, whatever you're using to collect emails is connected, which, there's lots of resources on MailChimp's help with how to set that up. Yeah, you guys have good questions. Okay, does MailChimp provide analysis on click rates, unsubscribes? Yes. So one of their best features, I think, is their reporting, and we rely on it a lot. Every email campaign you send, you will see open rates, click rates, lots. You'll see, locations where people are opening it from, what times of day. There's a lot of data you get with every email. There's a view report button, and you just click that, and you can get lots of stuff. Unsubscribes, bounces, how many emails just didn't get sent. Like it's really interesting. Okay, you guys have good questions. Can you recommend what you think would be the best series? Think is the best series for a welcome series? How many emails and what is the topic for each? So that's great in line with what we're talking about today. So a welcome series, I mean, there's lots of different research on how many emails you should have. I would love to see you have at least 3 emails in your welcome series, at least. 3 to 5, I think, is probably average. And you can really break that up. So again, I like a general welcome email, which will say, I'm glad you've signed up. Thank you. And here's what you can expect to receive from us. We send out a newsletter once a month, so you'll get that. And we're really glad you're here. And here's more about our company. Click here to visit our website. And then the second email, I would maybe introduce, like, hey, we want to tell you a little bit more about who we are, and here's our history and our company and what we sell. So maybe a fun story about how you got started, what led you into business, maybe like a picture of the founders of the company or the owners. Um, I think that's a great email too. And then email 3 can be just building on that, providing, you know, hey there, we want to make sure you had these fun resources on, whatever it is that your business is about. Um, and then you can maybe feature a product or two in that third email. Um, you can even feature a coupon code if that's, helpful. I always recommend including buttons in these emails, buttons to get people, whether it's to get to your website or to your shopping page or to your Instagram to follow you. You can make a big follow us button or Facebook. So there's so much you can do. So I'm happy to always talk about that. If you ever want to reach out, I'll send you some good articles about different ideas for series.
So let me ask a quick question, Emily. So just kind of following on Martha's question earlier about segmenting, but she mentions about open rates kind of fall off after the first one. Could you talk a little bit about trying to use A and B testing? What would you do trying to figure out what the problem is with her fall off rate?
Yeah. So A/B testing means you can test A versus B, and in MailChimp specifically, you can test different send times. So you can see what send times work. You can also test different subject lines, which is really interesting. So we'll often test like one subject line with a little emoji at the end, and then we'll test it without the emoji and see, are people more likely to open it when we have an emoji there? And then you can also test, so sometimes subject lines, you can test different content as well. So you can actually test like 2 different button styles and see which one is more likely to be clicked on. There's all kinds of cool stuff you could do. Oh, and then A/B testing, you can also test the from name, which is really important for your emails. When you're going to set up your initial email, it'll say, okay, what's your subject line? And what's the from name? Who is this email coming from? And so we might test Dave from SBDC, or we might just test SBDC and see which one does better. And I often think it's something with a name. So if you have a business, again, if you're like a plant shop and you try doing like Emily from the plant shop and see if that has a better open rate. It's really fascinating to see. But you do have to upgrade. I believe you have to be on a paid plan to use the A/B testing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And can MailChimp interface with GoDaddy? Yeah. So MailChimp should be connected to your website, and you might need a web developer or someone to help you connect it. It's actually not very hard. There are a lot of plugins and such that you can use to connect your signups. So GoDaddy is just your hosting. That is where your website is hosted. But your website, you can put in different things that allow you to connect to MailChimp. Whoever helps you build your website, I would ask them how you can connect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I can do like one more question, and then I am happy. If you guys ever need to reach me, I'm on Instagram most of the time. Feel free to like send me a direct message on Instagram. My name is Emily Ryan Likes, likes your photo. Emily Ryan Likes, feel free to reach out there. Okay, so we use Google Suite email. How does MailChimp integrate? Where's the email stored? Okay, Google Suite is like your actual email service provider that MailChimp, that we send your email to. How does MailChimp integrate? So it doesn't quite integrate with G Suite. When you're doing a MailChimp email, you would say your from email is that G Suite email. So like when I'm creating an email campaign in MailChimp, it's from emily@westfieldcreative.com. So that's how it's going to show, even though it's made in MailChimp. So that's my G Suite email that's, that I'm putting into MailChimp. I hope that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
But hopefully this was helpful, just in terms of how simple it is to really just start. I mean, you saw I started an automation series in just a couple of minutes, so it's really easy to do.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of if you go onto MailChimp's website and search MailChimp automation or MailChimp workflow, you can find really easy step-by-step instructions.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a really great program. Emily, thank you so much today. This was awesome as always.
Yes, anytime.
So tell everybody again how they can reach you.
Yeah. So our website is Westfield Creative but it's westfield-creative.com. And I'm also on Instagram all the time. And so feel free to find me, Emily Ryan Likes, on Instagram.
Yep. Emily's a great resource. Don't let her get away. So,
Thank you.
so we'll wrap it up here. Again, my name is Dave Etkin. I'm here at the Louisville Small Business Development Center, part of the SBDC. If you'd like to get a hold of us, just check us out at louisvillesmallbusiness.com. My team and I would be happy to help you. There's no charge for our services ever. So please visit us, and we'd like to hear from you as well. So with that, we'll conclude our first Toolkit Tuesday. Emily, it was great seeing you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
Appreciate it.